Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgot and old lang syne?
Where is she?
Cyraxx! What?
What is you doing there?
What are you yelling at me? Cyraxx! Cyraxx? Hello?
Where is she?
Stop! Stop
Where
yelling at
is
me!
my
Where's
wife?
your wife? Where's your wife? What? Did you lose her?
Tell me where she is!
Oh! No. I know what you're talking about. Hello everyone, Sudden Duck here. Happy New Year! We made it! 2026. Hopefully everybody had a wonderful New Year's Eve and a wonderful New Year's. I know I'm a couple days late. Actually 3 days late by now. Maybe even 4 days. I'm not entirely sure when this video is going to come out. But you know what? Happy New Year's regardless. I'm glad to be here. I'm glad you guys stuck around. I have been preparing for shows happening at the end of the month, and then another show for next month. So I've been a pretty busy duck. Not only that, I also still have work. I have a full-time job I have to do, unlike Cyraxx. You know what? I have been keeping up with the Cyraxx verse, and let me tell you, I am not disappointed in what has happened over the last few days. It was exciting. I was glued to the edge of my seat, and man, I'm waiting for more. I am waiting. I'm frothing at the mouth for more. We're gonna go through a few things. We're not gonna go through a lot of things. You've heard Chilla's thoughts on it. I'm sure you've heard Morty's thoughts on the whole thing, and I think I'm not entirely sure. I don't know if Saturated did a video on it. I'll have to look, but you know, I've been watching just a lot of other people's views on the whole thing, and I thought it was time to add my voice to this whole thing. And then also, I'm gonna skip through a lot, but I'm going to be pretty much speaking my mind and speaking to Cyraxx at the same time. But anyways, let's get into this first video. This one is I heard that Cyraxx's Xbox got bricked, and apparently it was from a racing rig that Cassandra sent him, right? And so, dude, oh my gosh, you would think he would learn. I think this is his fourth or third Xbox that he's bricked, and he still hasn't learned. I'm hoping he gets another one, and I'm hoping that that one also gets bricked. I'm hoping that someone is actually able to get him an Xbox but have a kill switch already built inside of it. But I mean, that's probably never gonna happen. Anyways, let's get into this video. Now, this video right here, I think, is iconic. A lot of Cyraxx's videos have their things, but I think this one in particular has it, dude. I'm gonna play this, and I'm gonna give you my thoughts, okay? I don't know if he thinks that this is what a psychotic break looks like. Cyraxx, this is not what a psychotic break looks like. This literally looks like you watch too much anime and you happen to just love Death Note, and I don't know, you think you're being cool and having a psychotic break. Bro, you look stupid. And I love the fact that whenever he does stuff like this, he has to look at the camera. And it's funny too, because we saw a look at his bedroom. So we all know that the screen that he's looking at is that tablet where he can see himself. So he's literally looking at himself, looking like this, thinking, oh, well, man, I look so badass right now. That sounds like Muscle Man. It's just ridiculous, Cyraxx. You look stupid.
Oh, you fucked up. Oh, you fucked up. Oh, William. John.
The way that he said John's name, John. It looks like he was finishing to John's name. John. Oh my god.
Southern. You thought I was playing before. Oh, you done fucked up. Bricking my Xbox.
They didn't brick your Xbox. You bricked your Xbox. That was you, Chance. That was you. You plugged in the device and you bricked your Xbox because you never learn, dude.
Intercepting a package? You do realize that's a federal offense, boys.
Oh god, everything's a federal offense to you. Everything's a federal offense to you, bro. Breathing is a federal offense to you. You know, just existing is a federal offense. Your existence is a federal offense, Cyraxx. How about that?
You don't know what you just done. Now you're not just dealing with Night Stalkers. You're dealing with a power far beyond what the Night Stalkers are capable of.
Oh yeah. And the whole Night Stalker thing is just absolutely ridiculous. Dude, okay. When I heard about the Night Stalkers, I remember him saying, yeah, man, I have these super dangerous people, these high-end, dangerous people who know how to find people in just like a couple seconds. They will be able to find your info so quick, so fast. You know, these are dangerous people. And then in the same breath, in the next video, he's like, I need help. If any of you have any information on if any of you have any information on William or on Southern, I have 2 numbers that you can reach out to, and we can also recruit good, hardworking people who want to help me. And it's just like, bro, you just said that you had a pro team put together who knows how to do this shit. You contradict yourself so much. Even in your threats, dude. Remember when you were like, hey, John, I know your parole officer, okay? And I can just as easily, tell him that you have weapons in your house and you will go to jail. And so when we find your parole officer, and it's just like, dude, you don't know. You don't know his parole officer. We know you don't know. We know you are full of shit, Cyraxx, because if you knew his parole officer after this whole stunt, you would have just told him already. and John would be in trouble. But you're still battling him. What, 3 days in? 3 days into the new year? Yeah. How's your 2026 so far, Cyrax?
And trust me when I say, boys, you just unleashed a force so unimaginable that when you meet this force, you will be running in fear. I can promise you that.
Yeah, because that force that's going to be released is the force that's going to be released from your bowels. And everybody's going to run away because you smell, Cyrax. And no one wants to be around that. That's the reason why.
Oh, you fucking think. You motherfucking think you won. Oh, my dear. Oh, no. The battle has only begun. You have now unleashed the monster that you should fear. Because now, this ain't just a war. So William John Southern, prepare to have everything you love ripped away from you. Your time is up. It's game over, boys. Time for you to pay the piper. Oh, you think you've won. You think you've won. But you know nothing. Because right now...
Oh, shit. Oh, man. Oh.
And you don't...
He's WWE monologuing so hard my computer couldn't take it. My computer would rather die than have to listen to him.
There's nothing that I can do to stop it. This time, it is over for all three of you. And I can't do anything to stop it. You think that you're not scared? And I cannot do anything to stop it because they are not my men. They are not my people. I have no connection to them. I can't do anything to stop it. But guess what? You brought this on yourselves.
Yeah, so anyways, Cyrax wants to sit there and think that he has some sort of shadow ninjas, like those one hidden in the Leaf Village shinobi, the Anbu. The Anbu Black Ops, those guys. He wants to think that he has just like those. And it's clear. You know what? Here's the first thing I want to address directly to Cyrax. Cyrax, you do not look cool in any of the masks that you wear. When you are sitting there trying to make negotiations with somebody and you're sitting there in some stupid Naruto headband and some stupid mask and you want to be like, I'm here to make a deal. You don't run the deal just because you look like a dork in a headband and in a ninja mask. No one's going to take you seriously in that getup, Cyrax. And, you know, you start negotiations, but then you freak out because one of the things that John asks you to do is fill out a job application. And then all of a sudden, oh no, deal's off. Deal's off. I don't want to do it. No, I don't want to. I don't wanna. Right? Cyrax, you don't have a job. And that's another thing I want to point out. This legal shield. When I was a young duck, I had a friend who used to do and who got me to briefly do this pyramid business called prepaid legal. And prepaid legal had a service called Legal Shield. And Legal Shield, from what I understand, you are given a card, and if you ever got pulled over for anything, all you were told to do was to hand this officer that card, and it had a number to a lawyer of some sort. But essentially, the whole premise of the whole thing is that it's a good lawyer, and they'll get you off scot-free. So when he said Legal Shield, I was like, first of all, who's paying for that? Because that's not cheap, my guy, from what I remember. So there's a little bit of sudden duck backstory for you. I'm talking too much. I apologize. But I just wanted to throw that bit of information out there for you. If you want to know where to look into the whole Legal Shield thing. Prepaid legal. I would go look there. So this one also comes from Goblin Records. This was the afterwards. This was the day afterwards. He got back and he made a video about what went on. And of course he has to start the video with scratching his dome.
What's up, everyone? Chance here. These last 24 hours to 48 hours have been some of the worst of my life. And it was a massive wake-up call.
Cyrax, you have a wake-up call every single day, from the moment you wake up to the moment you lay your head on that crusty pillow of yours. And that's, oh snap, now that I'm awake, I think I'm just gonna go putt my chud, and then I'm just gonna go play Warframe for hours, and then I'm gonna go talk to my my fiance who's working hard, who actually has a job, but I'm just gonna sit here and call her on the phone and just sit and play games all day with my friends. And then I'm gonna say I'm working hard. You know where to find me. You yell at people on the internet, and then Sally, Chance, and then you want to be a tough guy when she says, quiet down, and then you want to be like, no. 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 And then you quiet down. You're not tough, my guy. You're a little kid. Chance, you're a boy. You're a little boy in an attic. You're not a man. You're not some high level ninja, fighter, a part of some Naruto Anbu Black Ops. Okay? You're not a musician. You're not a producer. You're not a business owner. You're not somebody's fiance. You're a boy. You're a boy pretending to be an adult.
At first, my Xbox gets destroyed, which was nothing. But these last 24 hours were a serious fucking wake-up call. 24 hours ago, the trolls tried to kill me. They tried to leave me stranded and tried to leave me for dead.
Chance, the trolls didn't try to kill you. Nobody tried to kill you, Chance. That is the most craziest thing I have heard from a 36-year-old. You want to know what happens when I go to the mall, Chance? When I go to the mall, when I go to the mall, Chance, I get in my car And I drive there, and if I get there and I change my mind, like, oh, you know what? Maybe I really didn't feel like going to the mall today. I get back in my car and then I drive home. Chance, what do you do? What do you do? Let's watch a little further. Let's hear what you do.
And it was nothing short of terrifying. You know, I know you're watching this, Cassandra. I know you're watching this. Because I know that you're with John and them. And I know now that you have always been working with them. And I just have one thing to ask. Why? Why'd you do it?
I mean, that should be pretty obvious. Chance, here's the thing. I need you to go to your mirror. And I need you to take a good look at yourself. I need you to look at that dome of yours. I need you to take a look at them teeth. I need you to look at that hair. I need you to look at your fucking obtuse ass shoulders. From the top of your head to your neck, to the bottom, to the base of your neck, to the end of your shoulder. That's fucking obtuse, my guy. And then you sit there and wonder why. Why, Cassandra? Why did you do this? Why? Because if you looked hard enough in that mirror, Chance, you would know that there is no normal woman that is going to look at that, want to come over there. Ew. 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 There's nobody who's gonna want to come over there and put their mouth anywhere near yours. We've seen your bedroom, and oh my gosh, we have seen your laptop. I actually almost lost it there. Holy shit. What woman do you think is going to want to come back to that place and want to do anything with you? You need to look at your situation, and you need to realize that love is just not in the cards for you, my guy. It's just not going to happen. And the faster you realize that, the quicker you can let go of this dream of having a family. Because Chance, that's just not in the cards for you. Like, I'm sorry to be so, hard on you, I guess. But I mean, it should be obvious.
You choose to throw me away. You choose to play me like I didn't even fucking matter. It's sad. All I ever asked from you was honesty. I asked for what I gave you, which was loyalty, openness, and honestness. All I asked was for you to be loyal, faithful, and honest to me. Just like I was with you the entire time. Not once did I ever cheat on you. Not once did I ever betray you. Not once did I ever leave your side. But yeah, you chose to do all of that to me. Do you not realize that what you did yesterday, Cassandra, could have gotten me killed?
No, it couldn't have, Chance. All you did was take an Uber to the mall. That's it. That's all that happened. You're not gonna die from that. But unlike you, I have experience in the world. I go out prepared. But do you? I don't know. Let's find out.
I was left stranded. No money. No ride back home. Phone was dead.
No money. No way back home. His phone was dead. And you want to sit there and say you're a big man. You want to sit there and say that you control the trolls. You want to sit there and be like, I am your god. Yeah? You want to sit there and you want to say, I'm above. I own the Akron PD. Yeah? Chance, when the first time you go out anywhere by yourself with when you go out into the world by yourself with no money, no way back home, phone almost dead, lost phone, and you own the trolls, the Akron PD, the Night Stalkers, a business. Huh.
I was scared. I was terrified. No way home. And so I went looking for help. And when I went looking for help, I remembered that there was a little motel that I had stayed at when we first moved here to Ohio, right across the street from the Highland Square Mall, which is where I was at.
This even solidifies the fact that Cyrax is just a child. Because I remember as a kid being told that if we can't find our parent or like a guardian, to go to a place where they know they'll find us. Like even in a store. Like, so if we get separated, okay, I want you to go to the customer service desk and wait for me there. I was so scared and I didn't have any money and my phone was dead and I didn't have a way back home, and so I went across the street to a hotel that I had been to before. Like you sound like a child, Cyrax. That's exactly how you sound.
So I went over there. I went to go over there. And I slid down this massive hill, lost my phone. And as I was going over there, I seen a police officer. And thankfully that cop helped me out. If you by some miracles, you're watching this, and to that officer, back to the bus station so I got back to the station. But on my way back to the station, I met two of the most amazing people that I can never, ever thank enough. I met two people that were longtime fans that saw what happened, that saw what was going on, and began looking for me. They were making their way out to the Highland Square Mall to try to look for me, and I didn't know it. And the way I know this is I got on the bus and I sat down, and this woman approached me and asked me if I was the person that the trolls were talking about that was being homeless. Because she wasn't very familiar with who I was, but she was familiar with the troll community. And she asked if I used to go by the name Cyrax. And I was like, yeah. And so she pulled up the name on YouTube and saw that it was me. Her husband just happened to be sitting a couple rows back. And So he came up and joined us.
Or they don't know who you are. They see you're all disheveled, and this lady says, "Hey, dude, are you all right?" And then you start telling your story about, "Oh yeah, my name is Cyraxx. If you look on the YouTube, you'll see who I am." And then she looks, and then this dude who was a couple seats back probably thinks you're making this woman uncomfortable and comes over and tries to save her, rightfully so, from your goblin attire. And now they are working together to try and get her away from you.
That couple saved my life. And to that couple that helped me, I can't thank you guys enough for saving my life, for helping me to get back home, to help me to get back home to my family and my friends. And the lady's husband gave me something that I will always carry with me, that I will always carry on me at all times, which I am going to get a chain for. A lot of people know that I always wear this right here in all my videos. This is the one that I'm always wearing around my neck. This is the one that I am always wearing with everything. But this man gave me something very special. He gave me something similar to that, but this one was passed down in his family from generation to generation. Which is this right here, which I will always carry with me at all times. This one was passed down in his family from his father to him and his father before. From his grandfather, his great-grandfather to his father. This was passed down from generation to generation in his family.
Nobody is passing that heirloom down to some fucking stranger they just met. There's no way that they're just gonna hand you down an heirloom that has been passed down from generation to generation to someone they just met on a bus. That sounds ridiculous. No one does that, Cyraxx. No one does that. So what I think happened, Cyraxx, is that you bought Cassandra one of those things, right? And you were gonna give her that as like a little trinket. But obviously that didn't happen because Cassandra wasn't there. And you just happened to keep it. And then after talking to that couple, you know, the dude just happened to be like, "Oh yeah, man, I have one of those from, you know, my grandfather, and I also have it as well, and it looks just like that," or whatever. And you took that story and you're running with it. That doesn't happen, Cyraxx. That doesn't happen. That is the most made up bullshit I have ever heard. You were probably making that woman uncomfortable, and that man came over to make sure that you weren't bothering her. That's what I think is happening. Because why is she gonna know who you are and then go and look on YouTube to confirm? If she knows who you are, then she knows who you are. That's what I think happened. This dude swooped in to try and make sure you weren't making her uncomfortable. So he stayed with her so that she felt safe. That's what happened. Anyways, let's move on.
But I am going to say this to Cassandra, to William, to John, to all y'all. Do you realize that what you motherfuckers did could have gotten me fucking killed?
You went out there unprepared. You went out there with a sweatshirt, no money, You didn't even have the thought to make sure your phone was charged before you left the house. I make sure that my phone is charged when I leave the house all the fucking time. And then even if I leave the house at like 35%, I have a charger in my car. But you went with an almost dead phone to a place that's 15 minutes away, which is also really funny because I remember you saying you were getting ready with a bag packed and everything to walk 300 miles or something to go be with a woman, but you can't even walk. I don't know how long of a walk that would be. Maybe like an hour or something like that. Back to your house. Do you lack that much spatial awareness that you can't watch the roads you're going down? You can't watch the streets your Uber driver is turning down or anything like that to, you know, find your way back home just by walking? This is what we mean when you are a child, Chance. I have something I want to say, but I want to say this at the end. And it's going to be a big rant, but let's continue.
Like, do you guys not realize that what you stupid little bitches did could have gotten me fucking killed? I was left up there at the mall. No way home.
Your fault.
No money.
Your fault.
Phone dead.
Your fault.
And then lost.
Your fault, definitely.
All I had on me was my ID and a few other things like that, and that's it.
Definitely. All of that is your fault. All of that's your fault.
That's all I had. I was left out in the freezing fucking cold, almost -degree weather. Left to die.
You weren't left to die, but that was also your fault.
You know, William and John and Cassandra and Southern, you four motherfuckers are gonna go the fuck down. Because the war with you is over. Now, Cassandra, the minute that you fucking see this shit, you need to fucking call me on my spare Facebook right away.
Did you forget that she's kidnapped, Chance? Did you forget that? Instead of demanding her get a hold of you, why don't you get your Onbu Black Ops, your child stalkers, to go and find her, since they're so good at finding people, Chance? Why don't you command the Akron PD that you own, that you're above, all your veterans that stand behind you? Chance, what happened to all these people that you had? What happened to them? Are you saying that everything that you said is bullshit? Because that's what it sounds like. Anyways.
Because we need to have a little talk. I'm not mad. I'm not angry. I just want answers. I want the fucking truth. So you need to call me so we can have a talk. As for the rest of you guys, I'll see you motherfuckers in hell. 2026 is the end of the troll community.
No, it's not.
And era.
No, it's not, Chance.
And the start and rebirth of the Cyrax nation.
No, it's not. Thank you guys for sticking around and, you know, let Chance know. Let Chance know down below that you're above him and that you have a life and that your life could never, ever be as small and as puny and as insignificant as his is. I will see you in the next video. Let's do it again. His name is Cyrax. Let's do this thing.
35 years old,